Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when and where you're watching from. This is Lifestyle with Dora, and on today's episode, I'll be talking about something very interesting and unusual. Imagine a couple living in the same town but living apart. But I thought marriage is about companionship. So I have two guests with me in the house. I will be diving into this conversation immediately after the break. Welcome back from the break. This is still Lifestyle with Dora, and with me here is
Zuta Begwell.
Oh wow, Miss Zuta, you look so amazing.
Thank you.
And welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be on your show.
You're welcome. And of course, I have another personality here.
Faith Friday.
Miss Faith Friday, you look so stunning.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be in your show.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so we'll be diving into this conversation. The topic still remains couple living separately in the same town. So I've been curious. I want to know, like Ms. Zuta, what is your take on this issue?
Okay, so when I first came in and I heard this topic, it was so funny because this is a topic I so look up to talking about. When I hear about people getting married, they're in the same town but they don't stay in the same house, it is so funny, and it gets, most times I get to think of, why do you even get married in the first place?
Exactly.
Why do you leave your father's house, leave your mother's house in the name of marriage? At the end of the day, you end up going to stay separately from each other. Why did you go and stand in church to first of all take vows and say one and one has become one instead of two.
And then
the main essence of marriage for me is companionship. It's coming together. It's leaving every other thing that is in this world to come and focus on you two. So now, even the Bible says a man must leave his parents. A woman will leave her parents as well and come together, and people become one. It's not even two, it's one. So if you know you want to get married and at the end of the day you stay separately, I don't see any value, any good reason for you to do that. If you know you don't want to come up and stay together as one, you can as well just be on your own or remain unmarried.
Or married.
If there's an excuse of you if you are in different states or different locations, I can understand. But for you to be in the same town and still stay apart, no, is a no-no for me.
It's a no-no for you. Okay, Miss Faith, can we hear from you, please?
Yeah, this topic is a really tough one. But the problem here is we just have to come to terms that things are changing. And we're in in a different set of generation entirely, and weird things do happen. And the weird things we feel like they're weird before are now normalized. In fact, if you're not doing it, you're not doing the weird thing. If you're doing the normal thing in this generation, you're the weird person, right?
Okay.
So I feel like those couples who decide to stay apart, let me look at the negative side of it. I feel they are not serious. But if I should look at the positive side of it, it might be like maybe they are the kind of couple who are conflicting. Like they're always fighting, they're always this, they're always at war. And then in order to maintain that peace and marriage, that marital bliss, maybe for the sake of the children or something they hold dear together, they decide, okay, let's stay apart. And to me, I feel it's a personal decision between the two couples, right? In order to hold something together.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Faith, you say for the fact that you are married and you're always fighting, what happens to love? What's actually driving you into marriage? Before you now start.
Before I started my point, I had to mention that the generation have changed. Before, in the times of our fathers, no matter the fight, they will still fight and still come in and settle.
How can you get married to someone you always fight? It means you don't even love the person. For you to always be fighting with somebody to the extent of living apart and you call yourself couple.
The thing is that
you don't even love each other.
We understand this fact that even the couples that live in the same house, like they are married, they are in the same house, there is this instance where the man has his own room and the wife has his own room. Of course, any day there's fight, the wife would choose rather to stay in her own room, and then the man would. But in this case, both of them decide that, we are married, we are in love, but we are not compatible, we cannot live in the same house. Not that work takes us different locations, we are in the same town, but let's just stay apart. You have your own house, I have my own house, we only visit each other once in a while, or maybe the children can even go visit. Maybe the children are with the woman, because after all, the woman is the one that is supposed to be taking care of the children. So the children are. This is what I saw recently that it happens. It's not like.
Yeah, but I'm trying to like find, even though it's somehow wrong, but I'm trying to find, like, because you asked why, so I'm trying to like find a positive, not even a positive, I'm trying to find, like, to fathom a reason why they chose to do like that. Not that I'm justifying it, right? I'm just trying to say that times have changed, and then people now, this generation now, I don't even know how to put it in a way you understand, but like, I feel like, not that they cannot fight and still stay under the same roof, but now, things have gone so extinct that if you want us to keep this, maybe it might be that they are still in the marriage for their children or for something they have built together, and separating, like divorcing, might hinder it, like temper with that which they have built.
So is it the case of divorce is not an option? So it's rather we stay apart?
Yeah, stay apart. Okay, in my head, I have a wife somewhere, I have a husband, so when it is time for meet and greet, they come and meet and greet, the genital meet and greet, I mean. Yeah. But normally in a sane society, like, let me say, in the days of our fathers, you will fight, and in fact, the bedroom is where you reconcile, right? But in a situation whereby you say, okay, let me go there and I'm going here, the reconciliation take a longer period of time, because there's no genital meet and greet somewhere to reconcile the two couples.
I like that word, genital meet and greet. I don't know where that word is coming from, but
it's reconciled.
But Ms. Zuta, in your own perspective, do you think we could, in this aspect, we could say the word love is actually gradually fading away? Because if two people are in love, and if there's that thing called love, you should be together, and that is where companionship comes in place. So if I cannot be with you in the same space, so why should we be married?
In as much as the Gen Zs are taking over and giving us, and now laying down the rules for us to follow, I would really want to say, if we look at this thing critically, we don't even need to look too deep to see the disadvantages that comes with it. I am a wife, I stay somewhere else, my husband stays somewhere else. It gives room for cheating. Cheating without any form of this person trying to caution this other person.
So can we
under the same roof still cheat?
Can we now call this an open marriage?
To me, it's an open marriage.
Would we say that is an open marriage? Because if we are not living together, but we are married, so it means I can do whatever
my husband does in his house, I will not know. It's not as if I put CCTV there, I'll be watching everything that goes on there. He might know what goes on in my house, or he might put maybe an eye somewhere, maybe through somebody, a neighbor or so, to look at me or watch me what's going on. But I won't know what is going on in his own side. We might be married, but for me, to be honest, I won't say let's stay in different houses in same town. I still take my stance.
It's a no for you.
It's a no for me.
Okay, and then for me,
I can't even try it, because me, I love I don't know what to say. I love being around someone I love. So
the companionship.
It's a no for me too. Except maybe I'm married for money. And maybe money is the only thing keeping me. That's when being apart will not bother me. But if I marry for love, we'll be in that room, we'll fight and settle in that house.
So
together.
you don't believe in even being in the same house and having your separate room with your husband?
Like me, I'm the kind of person, I have dual personality. Sometimes I will be noisy. At a point, I'm quiet. I'm drawn to myself. So my type, having a separate room in the house is not bad. My husband wants to have his quiet time. I won't hinder him. If I want to have my quiet time, because my quiet time is even more, I think it's even more than the time I make noise. The time I spend with myself is more than the time I stay with people. So it's a yes for me.
Yes. When it comes to staying in the same house but having different rooms, it is understandable. Everybody has their privacy. Everybody likes privacy.
They need privacy.
So at a point in time, everybody would want to stay on their own.
But that is what we are still talking about now. The companionship now.
No.
Everything. So if we can have separate rooms in the house,
not that does that mean that's separate room. No. That's separate room. Let me analyze. Sorry, please. That separate room. It doesn't mean that this separate room we're going to be sleeping. That's what they call master's bedroom. Whenever you want to think, whenever you want to like have your time to think, that you can go there, but when not every day,
so
you can set a day
whereby
aside.
we say the husband's room is the matrimonial room now.
Yes.
That is where
That's a separate room.
The production.
And then do you even know why
that's the
do you know why they are
matrimonial, the bed in the wait.
2 rooms?
So that's what I'm saying. So the husband's room now is seen as the matrimonial room.
Yes.
Should we put it that way?
Yes.
So
Something
the
like
wife's
that.
room now is maybe the wife and her children.
Talking about leisure private room, and sometimes you just want to have your leisure time, or maybe let me take it to the religion aspect. You just want to have your time to pray, to and then there's someone in your bedroom. You need somewhere separate to study the word, pray, to think about your life. And
you can do that in your husband's room.
Yes, you can.
So
you can do that.
You
For
don't
me,
need
if
any
there is
privacy.
nobody there, right? But if there's someone, maybe you want, no matter how you paint it, sometimes you need time alone. Even if you are married, even if your placenta
me,
was
right?
tied together, you need time alone.
Exactly.
To like,
You would need time
think.
alone. But for me, the only reason I see viable for somebody to have a separate room in the house, we women, we like a lot of stuff. We like buying things, buying this, buying that, and filling the whole room with things. Our panties, you will wash, you will dry, all those kind of things, makeup, all those kind of things. And men don't like rowdiness. Men don't like rowdiness, to be honest. That's why you see most men telling you their wives will have a separate room. It's just for you to keep your clothes, your wardrobe, your gogo tigo and all, just to be there.
And then come to the other room.
Yes. But every night you will see that woman sleeping in the husband's room. The master's
That's what
bedroom.
I say. So the master's bedroom is the matrimonial room.
All right, guys. I believe both of you have your own points, but don't you think it could be that the couple decide that, let's stay apart just to let them protect their love, because they are so much in love with each other and they don't want to break up, right? Because there are a lot of things that maybe they do individually that they don't even know. Like, for example, I'm married, I have my husband and we love each other, but there are things I do that my husband doesn't like, and me too, I have my own things I do that, or the things he does that I don't like. Like, for example, I like my toothpaste being pressed from the bottom, but he likes to press his own from the middle, and because of all these little things, and it might just cause chaos, unnecessary chaos in the house, and we'll be quarreling. And so because we don't want to quarrel, we decide that for our love, because we are so much in love with each other and we don't want to separate and we don't want to break up. So let's protect our love by living apart. So, but whenever we want, we miss each other and we want to be together, we come together and be together and everybody goes. Don't you think that would be a reason?
Oh wow.
Yes. For them to sit down and say, okay, you have to live in another place and I'll live in another place. It means they are unable to resolve their differences. We fight and we cannot, in fact, there's no communication.
Okay, but there is love.
It even comes from
these
the
people are
beginning.
actually in love with each other. What do you think, Miss Faith?
Well, I think you should permit me to call that kind of love toxic love, because what kind of love will make you say I want to live here and live here because I want to? Well, it's their choice. It's their part of love. Like the way everybody have every couple, let me say, have the way they show their love to each other. They have their rules. Maybe that's their own rules, and if it works for them, who am I? If it works for them,
try.
No, I can't try. No, I'm a very clingy person. I can't try it.
Okay, so what if you get married today and your husband suggests that you people are constantly having issues, and he brought up the suggestion that okay, he loves you and you both love each other, but you guys can't separate, you don't want to leave, and that's just the solution to your problems. So will you leave the marriage instead?
No, I won't leave. The only thing, I have to call him. Tell me your mind. Are you asking for separation, divorce indirectly, or because from before we even started the relationship, maybe I would have told him that, oh, I love being around you, and then how comes all of a sudden because we are fighting? We have to resolve that fight. We are going nowhere except you want a divorce. But if no divorce, we are not staying separately.
And then let me add to that. Most of these things people face in marriages nowadays is because of maybe the things they didn't discuss in a relationship before going into marriage.
Yeah, they were busy. I don't know what they were doing
as red flags, but thought, okay, he will change during marriage.
Or maybe they just want to get married.
Because this kind of thing of separation is something you should discuss with your partner before marriage, when you're still in courtship. It's something you both should stay and discuss extensively. Not just the pattern of staying in the house. There are many other things you discuss. When you don't do those, that's when you see at the end of the day, hear of divorce, or this one living here and the other one living there.
I personally, what I can't condone in a relationship, I can't even allow it lead to marriage.
But can we now say people actually get married for the wrong reasons?
A lot of wrong reasons. In fact, we have reasons for getting married. We don't just get married for no reason. Love is not even enough reason why we get married. I might love you and I don't want to spend the rest of my life with you. Why? Because you have a lot of red flags. I love you, but the red flags are much. So if I consider love alone, it means I'm preparing for divorce ahead, because I will go in there and then I want to divorce you at the end because I can't take it anymore. So love is not enough.
So Miss Faith, I think I understand where you're going to, and that topic will be for another day. So I think at this point we want to end the show, but before we go, I have a question for each of you. Okay, Ms. Zupa, do you think it's okay to still communicate with your ex, or like even going to the extent of getting them gifts on their special days, like their birthdays and all?
It's a no for me.
Oh wow.
A capital no for me. If you are an ex, you're an ex. Stay there. In fact, the word ex means past.
Past. So
yeah,
you don't go back to your vomit.
You don't go back to your vomit.
So they don't even have any form of relationship whatsoever.
Why would you even have a relationship with your ex in the first place? It's just, there's a saying in should I say Africa, be in Nigeria, they say that old firewood, they do it.
Catch fire.
They catch fire pass.
Yes.
You don't know when una go there. Before you know, things will light up.
Okay. So don't even
at all, don't even try it.
Oh.
Don't try it.
Okay.
And that's where Okafor's law comes in. I don't know if
oh, that's we'll talk about it too some other time. Thank you very much. And that means Faith. So in your case, Faith, a broke and caring guy or a rich and absent guy, which would you go for?
Oh, why me? This question seems like a setup. Why not a rich and a caring guy?
No.
Can't I get a full package?
They don't get to be so perfect.
You don't get it all.
You don't get it all.
In as much as I love care, right? But most times, let me say, don't know. I think I'll just go for the rich. And let me just go for the at least. So I will not be crying 2 cries or 2 tears. How do they speak English? I don't cry two.
You want to cry in a Bentley?
I want to cry in a Bentley. You get, like you don't have money. You don't. Let me say you don't have money and you are caring. Sometimes it will be like. Let's stop it there.
No, it's better to cry in. Is it a Ferrari?
I prepare.
All right, guys. So this is where we are calling it a wrap.